remaining days here in Omaha, Nebraska have been speeding by us. We've been super busy wrapping up all loose ends and preparing for our trip. We ended up donating and selling the things that we no longer needed, and then bought a few new things that we do need. My mom even found this amazing cargo carrier for super cheap at a garage sale. But we realized that we were getting so caught up in the busyness that we were forgetting to schedule in some much needed reflection. So here we are.
So yeah, we've spent the last Thursday, Friday kind of beginning to pare down on our stuff, and we've had the house to ourselves, so we've been able to really kind of muse on this shift and change and make meaning of what's happening and kind of tap into the feelings and start to really think about what this experience is going to mean and what our kind of hopes are for the beginning. And I think it took us a while to get our bearings straight, because after I got off work we kind of hit the ground running and we had all these ideas, and I think we're kind of realizing easing into this and letting what it's going to become kind of unfold naturally.
Yeah, it's so challenging because you can anticipate this really big thing that's about to happen, and it's so natural for us to try and predict where we want to go and what we want to do, and who will become and how are we going to share that story. And it's so funny that you want to be able to do that, but it's impossible, because it's the whole purpose is to kind of embrace the process. And I think today we decided to do the first thing we did anything we read from the Tao, which was what we were doing when it was the pandemic, and quickly it just made us relax and shift into a perspective that really is just sit in the present moment, and like you said, to allow it to unfold naturally. And
it reading the Tao is what we did during the lockdown, what you were saying. And also when we first were kind of scheming about kind of shedding our life and kind of going into the world, this whole trip, the metaphor I used, I've studied a lot of Buddhism and Hinduism and the cultures that they come from, and I really love the metaphor of the spiritual seeker. And there's the idea of the sadhu in India, this person who gives up their identity and all of their belongings and goes forth into the world to become a seeker of spiritual growth. And we're excited to share this journey, and sometimes I forget that what we're setting out on is not tourism or a long vacation, but is a journey of discovering, I use the word destiny a lot, but just growing spiritually and becoming,
just committing to that spiritual growth and enlightenment. Yeah. And when Elliot said that out loud, it clicked for me, because it's wild how until you tap into that, my mind was thinking about things that were a little bit more surface level, which is how are we going to present this, and how are we going to look, and what's what are the pictures and the stories and the writings, and that all will come afterward.
And when we are excited,
and so and then even not surface level things, but logistical things, do we want to go on particular farms, and how do we want to be influencing the world this way? And it's just too much. It's impossible for you to be able to answer those questions. And when you put it in that language, which is we are committing to our spiritual journey, we're committing to growth, and we're committing to personal enlightenment. And then it's obviously that's big heavy stuff, but it really grounds me. I'm focus on just that, and then everything else will make sense. And so for the first time in a second, I feel real peace about it, which is nice.
And it is a big thing, but also what else is worth devoting your life to, right? And I think yesterday was the first day Matt's sister watched Duma for us, so I was been going through and emptying out our room and really just paring down to what will fit into our small car that we're bringing with us. And it just reminds me of when you let go of all these little details and all these little things, and you're just left to really face yourself, which is what we really want. It just feels weird to start seeing our room be empty and realizing oh wow, we're really going to be living simply. We're living out of a tent. So it's really starting to hit me, but in a really like beautiful and profound way, and less out of a logistics making me nervous way. So
today we're gonna go pick up Uma. We're going to, well, you know always the details. What are we doing today?
you know what? Why don't you just come along and see? So we're thinking this week that we were going to invite some friends out to see us camping, and I told Matt, what if we bring our clothes and birth certificates and passports and we just throw them into a fire and say we're shedding our identity all together? You ready to go? Pick up little Uma Luma?
Yeah.
Well, we just picked up Uma, and she very quickly fell asleep in the car, so we're gonna let her nap. And while she's napping, Matt's gonna drop me off at the thrift store. I'm gonna see if I can't find some camping supply stuff. He's just loading up the donation stuff. You got the ball? So are you saying cheese? It's a video. Can you show him? Can you show him your ball? Can you show him? Whoa! Are you awake? Are you playing? Hi. You want to see the camera?
Remember this? You want to ride in it? Let's try.
She faces this way.
I think we can help the way.
Okay.
She's heavier than last time. All right, Uma.
Papa's got his hat on. Time to put on Uma's hat. Yeah, come on. There we go. There we go.
Yay, it protects us.
Jeez. All right, can you keep it on? So our head doesn't get sunburnt.
Uma.
Please.
Please.
All right. We got your sunscreen in there. How about, come on, please. We gotta protect our heads.
Oh my God.
Wait for me. Wait. No, I'm coming too. No. No. So one of our tasks was to see if Uma is still into the hiking carrier that we used last summer on her hiking trip. We won't really be able to bring a stroller because we'll be doing a lot of true hiking. So this is a much more practical solution for carrying Uma.
Yummy.
And she seems pretty into it. You eating mulberries?
Yeah, that's good light there. Ah, shade. Yeah, we've been using the stroller all year long.
Which
but
Uma really likes.
She does like it, so we are nervous that, because there was a phase toward the end of the summer last summer, I feel like she was not as into the carrier.
Yeah.
But she seems okay now. She seems she likes to be interacting with us a little bit more. So yay, so far.
Great.
I'm scared to say
This
that
is
out
the
loud.
first round, so I feel like as long as we keep it interactive and fun for the first couple times, I think it'll set the tone for using it. And I think when we're going on big adventures even, she'll enjoy it because she's part of the action. So.
Yeah.
Yay! You want another berry? Are they yummy?
We gotta find a tree that has them.
Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.
Yeah, you gonna eat it?
And I really wanna know, really wanna know
Yummy?
if I
You want another one?
let figure out where the road goes
say thank you, tree.
Even if I'm falling
You say thank
down,
you,
I will
tree.
keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
Uma, you see the turtle?
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
So we just dropped Uma off at Matt's parents. Your mom is doing a sleepover with Uma. We are taking the car that Matt has been borrowing back to his friend who he's been borrowing it from tonight. So we'll be officially down to our one car. Anyways, we have all day tomorrow to start packing and getting us stuff ready. So we thought we'd take you guys along for that adventure and then announce where we're starting.
Yeah, so we'll probably see you in the morning.
See you then. The last full day that we don't have Uma before we leave, so we really want to get a lot of the tedious little tasks that are hard to do with the toddler done and really just feel pretty prepared by tonight so that we can really enjoy this next week that we're here and do a little practice run of camping. So let's get started. So we are just about to leave to go to the thrift stores to look for some camping stuff and various other things we can find. And we came outside and our tent arrived. So, should we open it?
Yeah, we should sleep in it tonight. We are actually going to wait until we pick up Uma, which will be in a little bit. And we are going to open it with her, and then we may consider just pitching it in the backyard and trying it out for the first time tonight. Like a Boy Scout with a mustache.
Hi, Uma. Oh yeah.
So we are picking up a ladder from our old house, and so we're driving around this neighborhood that, I mean, I've lived here for over a decade, and
I've been here almost a decade.
And you lived here when you were a little kid too.
Yeah,
so
this is my neighborhood.
Right over here to the left is the graveyard that we walked every single day, every morning during the pandemic, and it's like when we began visualizing this dream.
And making the plans for what we're doing now, like a year later. And my sister lived down the street, and it's my grandma's old house that she lived in, and it's where Uma first went to daycare. And
it feels like for the first time I'm like having a proper goodbye. I don't think I've really noticed or like felt that, but to realize that like all of this would be like just like a memory, you know?
we have a surprise in that box.
What?
Yeah. That one's just where you're sleeping, but in the other box, do you know what's in there? It's our tent.
Here?
You want to see it? All right. Your Dada's gonna help.
Oh, wow, you're strong.
Hi.
It's heavy.
I did it.
You did it.
Now let's open it.
Ooh. How?
Yeah, that's sharp.
Yes.
We gotta be careful.
Doctor?
It could cut you and you'd have to go to the doctor, yeah.
But we're gonna be careful.
Hey!
From the sharp.
Oh, we gotta stay away from the scissors. They're sharp. What's in the box?
Oh, look. That's where we're gonna go sleep, yeah, and go night-night. Very good. Here we go.
Oh!
It's our home. It's heavy.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah.
I thought maybe there'd be a picture of it on the bag so we could show Uma. Yeah! It's all gone. We took it all out.
Oh yeah, no picture. Well, there we can kind of see. See, we're gonna build that.
Will you give him a kiss for me? Will you give Dada a kiss? Yay!
Oh, you kissed my shoulder.
Oh,
Thank
can
you.
I have a kiss? Oh,
That was a very nice.
I got you.
45 minutes or so, go outside, and it's really hot and humid where we're at. But at night it'll be better. So.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 59 tonight, so. You ready to help build the tent?
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Uma, are you going in there? Wow.
You and I, we got it.
Hi.
We don't need no more.
What are you doing?
It's so beautiful, I love it.
Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any storm.
Wow.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. We know what we have, let's
Yeah,
hold
we're
on
gonna put our
tight.
beds in here.
Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
When we went to Ireland in 2014, my mom had already started struggling with cancer, and we brought home like an Irish blessing plaque. And when I gave it to my parents, they both got emotional and they hung it in the house. So that said, let's set some intentions for this space. So I just immediately thought of reading an Irish blessing for a home. So this one's not the exact same one, but it's close. Through the gate shall there come no sadness to this dwelling. Shall there come no trouble through this door. Shall there come no fear in this place. Shall there be no conflict. Shall this place be a place of blessing and a place of peace.
Thank you. So my intention for this new space and this new home is may we rid ourselves of all things that feel like they no longer serve us, or feel like addictions, or feel like things that weigh us down. May we strip ourselves naked and be completely free and find heaven in each other and find peace.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do.
Look at my luxurious bed.
Oh,
This is
we
my
know
bed.
what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Well, the first night in the tent was a success. We're definitely excited to have nature sounds instead of city sounds around us. But overall, I think it went really well. And we realized we still need to tell you guys where we're starting. So, drum roll. We're starting in Colorado. So we're going to be heading to the mountains. We feel like it's a really appropriate place to start. It's a place we're familiar with because we went camping there last summer and the weather is amazing.
And they have tons of national forests, so we can camp for free, basically.
Exactly. So next week's video, we'll be joining us on the ride out there. So.
And I just want to say thank you for those of you that have welcomed us back into this space. I got a little insecure editing for some reason because now this is not just like a hobby, it's kind of like a thing that we're doing. But I really love hearing your responses. We listen and talk about every comment that we see, and so thank you so much for just caring about our little family and our little YouTube videos.
Yeah, and just being here with us.
Yeah.
It makes it feel so much more fun to have community, you know.
Things are
All
about to
right.
get fun though.
See you guys next week. Where's Uma? It's a leaf.
My house.